So yesterday was Mother's Day, and I hope you all had a beautiful Mother's Day yourself. Honestly, I spent my day at home. I didn't leave this house. I was in the pool all day. It was a beautiful, glorious, sunny day. I hung out of the pool. My husband made pizzas for the first time this summer in the pizza oven. My daughter and son-in-law came over. My other daughter and other son-in-law FaceTimed me. I woke up to gifts wrapped in the dining room. It was a truly relaxing, wonderful day. And I know you all always love to see what my family gives me as gifts. So I thought I would share with you what they got me for Mother's Day. And my family gives such incredibly thoughtful gifts. I'm always surprised. Like I never know what's coming. And I feel like they really just pick up on hints that I drop or things that they can see that I would need or enjoy. And they just always blow me away with the gifts. So I hope you're holding on to your hat because they really did me right this year. You can see these gorgeous flowers. When my daughter and son-in-law came over, they were carrying these and she brought them into the house and put them in the kitchen for me. So you all know I normally have my tulips in my kitchen, so I've replaced them with these gorgeous fresh flowers, and they are so pretty with the lavender and the oranges and the hot pinks. This is my favorite color palette, so now I get to enjoy these every time I walk in the kitchen. So I woke up on Mother's Day and my husband immediately said to me, "Hey, do you want to open one of your Mother's Day gifts before everybody gets here?" And I'm like, well, is it that good? Do I need to? And he said, I think you do. You'll understand why. You all know I love a great cup of coffee, and that is what I do first thing in the morning. Well, we were coming in to make our cup of coffee to sit down together when he said this to me, and he hands me the gift, and I open it up to find this beautiful bag of coffee. First, let's just talk about how gorgeous this coffee bag is. But he got me a monthly subscription to a global coffee club. So every month in the mail, I'm going to get a new bag of coffee sourced from somewhere in the world, super high quality coffee. And so my first bag was from Vietnam. And in the box was a card that shows me something from Vietnam and tells me a little bit about it. It's actually a postcard. And then there is a little card that tells me about the Vietnam coffee, the roast level, the tasting notes, things I might not know, Vietnam's coffee history, all this incredible information. So I gotta be honest, I say I love a good cup of coffee, but I really don't know anything about coffee. I just drink a dark roast. It's because that's what I thought I would like. To me, dark roast meant more coffee flavor. And that's what I've been drinking for 20 something years. So I've never really tried different flavors or different roast of coffee. So when my husband signed me up for this coffee subscription, he could actually say, send me only dark roast or only medium roast, or let me try all of the different things. You could choose certain regions in the world that you wanted your coffee from. I believe this company even did tea subscriptions. When I saw this bag, number one, I was blown away because it is truly beautiful. And then number two, my first bag from Vietnam was a light roast. So I was so excited. We came into the kitchen, got out our super quiet coffee grinder, and he put our new light roast Vietnam coffee in there, and we enjoyed an amazing cup of coffee. Light roast knocked my socks off. It was so full bodied and still had that same deep coffee flavor. The coffee looked lighter, but the flavor was still there. Like I was truly amazed. And it says that this coffee from Vietnam has tasting notes of honeydew, agave, and cereal. Like how interesting is that? So now I'm gonna get a new bag every month from somewhere in the world. And I just think this is the best gift ever. Years ago, I gifted my husband a dive bar t-shirt club subscription, and he absolutely loved it. And we've always joked that we have friends that have wine subscriptions and bourbon subscriptions and tequila and beer, and there's like all these things. we're not into all of that, but we love coffee. So this was a great gift. If you're interested in this coffee subscription, links are down in the description box along with everything else that my family got for Mother's Day. So this morning, the day after Mother's Day, I got up, my husband was still in bed, and I came in here to make my coffee. Got out my favorite coffee mugs that he got for me for Christmas and just stood there while my new coffee from Vietnam was brewing in my Keurig. It just smelled amazing. I was so excited to enjoy my cup of coffee. But that leads me to the second thing that my family got me for Mother's Day. So I love to put half and half cream and a little bit of honey in my coffee. And I love honeybees. I'm always attracted to, if I see something and there's the cutest little bee on it, I have got to have it. So my husband found the cutest ceramic honey pot. So it has a honeycomb texture. There are little vintage bees all over the pot. You fill it with your honey, and it has a wooden honey dipper inside. Is that not the most beautiful dipper you have ever seen? Like, look at the shape of that. So it has a honeycomb texture here at the bottom and a little curved tip. You just keep it down in your honey pot, and then you can drip the honey directly into your coffee. The lady that makes this honey pot lives in Ohio, and she sells them on Etsy, and she also has a direct website. So I'll link both of those in the description box. I went on there and looked her up myself, and she has lots of other items with the same style and design with these honeybees. There are coffee mugs and little vintage plates and lots of things. So if a honey pot is not your thing, she does have other options. So now I'm keeping the honey pot on the countertop next to my Keurig. In the cabinet above, I have all of my beautiful coffee mugs, my vacuum sealed canisters that I keep my freshly ground coffee in, and I am set up every single morning. And then totally changing topics. I've been complaining for a couple months that I'm not happy with my setup where I put my makeup on every day. I have an LED lighted mirror on the wall there, but I don't know, I just needed more light. I could never see great. My lighted makeup mirror that I had on my vanity top was about 20 years old, and it had one brightness, it had one color of light, and it was just a little bit short. So I said to my husband, I would love a new makeup mirror, but I need it to do lots of things. I need it to have a height adjustment. I don't want it to have to plug into the wall. I don't want to deal with the cord. I need it to have brightness levels and color temperature control. And I want it to be a really good size. No dinky makeup mirrors. Y'all, he knocked it out of the park with this one. So this is the makeup mirror that he picked out for me on his very own, and he did an incredible job. This is so perfect. So number one, it is completely cordless. You charge it up and it will run something like 80 hours before the charge runs out. I only have this on for a couple minutes a day when I'm putting on my makeup, so I'm very rarely going to have to charge this, but it has a huge square mirror, and it's double-sided. So I'm trying not to blind you all with the reflection in the camera here, but one side is a regular mirror. It is tapped to turn it on. The other side is a 10 times magnification mirror, and it comes in lots of different finishes. Our bathroom fixtures are oil rubbed bronze, so that's what he got my version in, but there was black, there was gold, nickel, silver, all the things, and the touch is right here on the screen. So you can change there's 3 color temperatures in there, and then if you hold your finger on there, you can dim or brighten the light. And it has an adjustable stand, so you can raise and lower it. The base is square, and it's really like pretty heavy and sturdy. So today I was putting my makeup on, I was flipping this mirror around. I have really bad eyesight up close, so I heavily rely on a magnification mirror to put on eyeliner, mascara, even do my eyebrows, put on lipstick, lip liner. Like, I have to have something with magnification. This one was crystal clear. I could see everything so well. I have a mirror very similar to this that we have mounted on the wall. It's a circular version, and it has an arm that you can kind of extend and pull it up and turn it and all these things. And my husband and I both do use that one, but I wanted something very similar to sit on my vanity because I sit down there to put makeup on, and my husband never sits at the vanity. So we have one on the wall for him and me, and now I have my very own, and this is an amazing gift. But to go along with my makeup mirror, my daughters bought me some more of my Saint makeup. So I told you all that I ordered this makeup palette from Saint, and the palette is magnification. So you buy anything you want, any type of makeup from Saint, and the little tins of makeup just pop right in here. And you all have been asking me how I'm liking the Saint makeup. And I haven't really mentioned it because there are some things that I love and there are some things that I don't think I love. So originally, months ago, I ordered a foundation, a highlighter, a contour, a blush, a bronzer, what is this? This is a highlighter, and then I picked out 2 eyeshadows, and this is like a powder. So without getting into all the details of all the different makeup, I absolutely fell in love with the eyeshadow. And because I only had 2 colors, I told my daughters I wanted more colors. I had plenty of room to pop more in my tin. So that's what they look like, the colors on the back, and they just magnet right in. You close your palette and it keeps everything sealed up. So I picked out 5 new colors that I wanted to try, and I told them to pick out 1 or 2, and they got all 5 for me. So now I have 7 eyeshadows from Saint. These are incredible. So I love them for a lot of reasons. There is no fallout. When you're putting them on, they're not dropping color and glitter all over your face. I love a shimmer eyeshadow. I just do. I'm not a matte girl. They have colors that are matte. They have glitter. These all fall in the shimmer family. And there is something like 50 different shimmer colors to choose from. I'll list all of the colors that I have down below. But the main reason I absolutely love their eyeshadow. It is not technically called a cream eyeshadow, but it has a very creamy consistency. So it's not like a dry powder. It's just creamy, and it just goes on so smooth, and I can just dip my brush right in here and it goes on better than any eyeshadow I have ever used in my life. So the fact that I now have 7 options to choose from is fabulous. So I will do one of the lighter colors, one of these all over my eye, and then I'll do a darker color just very faintly on the lid, right over the outline of my iris itself. And a couple months ago, I booked an appointment with a professional makeup artist. I have not told you all about that. I promise I will. I promise. But one thing she taught me was how to apply eyeshadow properly for my eye shape, my age. She taught me how to do all the things. Anywhere that you have eye space should be covered in eyeshadow. So I do my entire eye with a light color and then dab above the iris with a darker color. And boom, that's it. But if you've been wanting to try Saint makeup and you just don't know where to start, I just went head first and bought all the things. If you want to just try one thing and see how you like it, get a small palette and try their eyeshadow. So I did buy 2 things for myself, and they showed up yesterday on Mother's Day. So the first one is this little ribbed matching set. I've shown this to you all before. I have it in 2 colors, and every time I wear this set, and I mean every time I wear this set, my husband says to me, I really like you in that. It looks so good on you. And he really loves the hot pink. Orange is his next favorite color. He mentioned the other day how good he thought I would look in this set in kind of a pale green or a baby blue. So I decided to order it for myself. So this is actually a color called ice green. It's like a pale greenish blue, and it's that same thin ribbed material. Like, the set itself is fabulous. It's regular bra friendly, which I absolutely love. shorts with pockets, a drawstring, elastic waist. I'm wearing a size medium just because I wanted to make sure that I had room in the shorts, and the top does not have to be tucked in. There's kind of a decorative band at the bottom, which means don't tuck it in, right? And to me, that is a great feature about this outfit. But it is so soft. I love the fact that my husband always notices when I have this on. So I thought, you know what? I need another color. So now I have 3. So if you all saw my video from last week where my daughter and I went to Nashville for the day, it was her birthday, we went shopping, we ate out, and then we spent the evening at a vintage market. And the struggle was, what do I wear? I own flip-flops or sandals, and I own tennis shoes, which are meant for working out, which I do every morning. And my daughter was wearing her cute little sneakers. I didn't have any cute little sneakers, so that's what I was on the hunt to find when we went to the mall. I tried on a bunch of pair. I just honestly didn't find what I was looking for, or some didn't fit right, or the colors weren't what I wanted. So when I got home, I was looking around on Amazon and I found exactly what I wanted, and I ordered it for myself. Now, when I show you these sneakers, and these are fashion sneakers, these are not sneakers that you work out in. Let's just be clear there. These are fashion sneakers, and they happen to be from the same brand that makes my strappy flip-flops. They have memory foam in the sole, and because I love these sandals so much, I own them in 3 colors, I knew their sneakers would be good. So I bought myself some green sneakers. How adorable are these? I'm literally obsessed with these. They just came in yesterday and I am dying to wear them. So they are lightweight. They have memory foam in the sole. They're breathable. Can you see this kind of mesh side here? I love that they are white. The trim is a true white. A lot of the sneakers that I found at the mall, the trim was beige or kind of khaki or sort of yellowy for the summertime. I wanted a true white on my sneaker. And one of my favorite things, look at this heel. It is a squared heel and it has the silver tab here, and these are incredibly comfortable. I put them on last night and wore them around the house for a very long time. I am in love with these sneakers, y'all, and there were so many colors to choose from. I really want the color called terracotta, but I think it's a little bit dark maybe for the summertime. So when fall gets here, I am going to be getting these in terracotta. These are the color olive, and I am in love, and I'm so glad I got these for myself as a little Mother's Day gift. And while I was on Amazon, I did get one more thing for myself. I couldn't help myself, y'all. The prices were so good. Everything for some reason was on sale. And so I have another little kind of matching set, actually has stripes on it, that I adore. It is so comfortable. I think I've shown this one to you before. It's just a little striped set with shorts, and I wanted it in another color. You all know I live in Kentucky. I could not pass up Kentucky blue and true white. So this little green color, this is kind of like a faded greenish khaki. I wanted one that was a true white, so I got blue and white. There are so many fun solid colors and color block stripe combinations, but I had to do it. So my husband bought me something on Etsy that is not here yet, so I'm just gonna show you all a picture of it here. I'm expecting it in the mail in the next couple of days. Didn't make it for Mother's Day. But I take supplements every morning. I have one medication that I take, and I hate those stupid plastic pill boxes that you get at the grocery store, having to pop open every day. Like, it drives me bonkers. I wanted a slim pill box that I could put all of my pills in for the day, and I could just open it. Like, there it is. No more snapping of those lids. So he picked out for me this tubular pill box, and it is personalized. My name is on the top. So he picked out the 2 colors, and they kind of custom made this pill box for me. So you pop it out, there's all your pills, you pop it back in, and they're all safe and sound, and no more snapping of those silly little lids. So I'm really excited for the pill box to get here. So I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day and you got to spend it with the people you love in the sunshine, flowers, great food, and you felt loved and supported. So I really hope you had a great day. I certainly did. See you later.